Yes, it's true, I am a young man, but I'm old enough to kill. I don't wanna kill nobody, but I must if you so will. And if I raise my hand in question, you just say that I'm
The Things They Carried
'cause I got the gall.
by Tim O'Brien.
Can you maybe change the rules? Can you stand and call me upstart? Ask what answer can I find?
The Things They Carried was given to me by my English 9 teacher, after I had picked out a supposedly terrible book from her classroom bookshelf. She couldn't have recommended a better book. The Things They Carried is a work of fiction created with the intent of capturing Tim O'Brien's experiences in the Vietnam War. The stories and the characters are all made up, save a few details about O'Brien's own life. However, he emphasizes that just because the book is mostly fictitious doesn't mean it isn't a true story. He wrote,
In any war story, but especially a true one, it's difficult to separate what happened from what seemed to happen. What seems to happen becomes its own happening and has to be told that way. The angles of vision are skewed. And then afterward, when you go to tell about it, there is always that surreal seemingness which makes the story seem untrue, but which in fact represents the hard and exact truth as it seemed.
and what is that hard and exact truth, exactly? Perhaps that in war, there are no winners. That everyone carries physical and emotional burdens throughout the war's course, and will continue to carry them until the day they die. Grief, terror, love, longing, regret, and confusion. The list goes on. In the book, Henry Dobbins carries his girlfriend's pantyhose, and along with them, the longing for love and comfort. First Lieutenant Jimmy Cross carries maps and compasses, and the responsibility of the lives of a whole company of men. And, years after the war, Tim O'Brien is still haunted by the ghosts of the men he killed, regardless of whether he was the one to land the killing blow. O'Brien said in an NPR interview,
The wars don't end when you sign peace treaties or when the years go by. They will echo on until I'm gone and all the widows and orphans are gone.
his collection of stories and the things they carried is a way to ask all of us to help carry the burden of the Vietnam War as a part of our own pasts. Although the setting of the book involves a war between countries, most of the character conflicts are internal. These soldiers were sent to fight the enemy, but no one was really sure who that enemy was, or if they really were the bad guys. Every step these men take could be their last, and they are terrified. They are hunted by living, breathing Charlies during the light of day, and are haunted by their ghosts in the suffocating darkness of night. Brave men lose their cool, and the coward's fear of shameful dishonor motivates them to march to their deaths.
They carried the soldiers' greatest fear, which was the fear of blushing. Men killed and died because they were embarrassed not to. They died so as not to die of embarrassment.
And despite being together, fighting as a unit, struggling alongside men just like themselves, every single individual is hopelessly, desperately lonely. And, inevitably, through all these struggles, these men have changed. For better or for worse, war changes people.
I'd come to this war a quiet, thoughtful sort of person. A college grad, Phi Beta Kappa and summa cum laude, all the credentials. But after 7 months in the bush, I realized that those high, civilized trappings had somehow been crushed under the weight of the simple daily realities. I'd turned mean inside.
Tim O'Brien is a wordsmith. Much like Ernest Hemingway, O'Brien can paint a picture using sentences that, despite being short and simple, create an image that resonates with the reader on an intimate level. He conveys a world of emotion through his efforts to write with next to none. However, anyone who has ever read The Old Man and the Sea knows that this style of writing can be boring. O'Brian, however, is not like that. Between the short and the jarring, he supplements with bounties of words that can only be described as poetry. An example of such.
And sometimes I can even see Timmy skating with Linda under the yellow floodlights. I'm young and happy. I'll never die. I'm skimming across the surface of my own history, moving fast, riding the melt beneath the blades, doing loops and spins, and when I take a high leap into the dark and come down 30 years later, I realize it is as Tim, trying to save Timmy's life with a story.
The Things They Carried is one of the best books I've read in a while. O'Brian has a beautiful way of writing, and of molding his ideas into stories that speak to the heart. Whether fact or fiction, O'Brian's experiences are made to be simply heroic, just by the apparent normality of it all. He finds a way to put you into the story. He writes about things that the average reader can relate to. You become one of the Alpha Company, for a time, and you begin to realize that they aren't all that different from you. In our everyday lives, we distance ourselves from war, make it into something far away that only the brave leave to fight in. O'Brian reminds us that the front lines might be a little closer to home than we think. Instead of rating this book an arbitrary number out of 10, or 5, or 8, I'm going to say that The Things They Carried is a great book. I would definitely recommend it to anyone interested in the Vietnam War, or even anyone just looking for a good book to pass the time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this book, should you choose to read it. Have yourself a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.
The Eastern world, it is exploding, violence flaring, bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, but not for voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? And even the Jordan River has bodies floating, but you tell me